وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. They planned, and Allah plans, and Allah is the best of planners. Now, to conclude, I want to summarize the message for today. Today, which marks the 3rd anniversary of 9/11/2001, which we have no idea, it seems to be an elaborate pretext operation. Allahu Alam, what is the truth behind this? Perhaps we'll never learn, we'll never know. But what we have seen since the incidents on 9/11/2001 is a preponderance of spin, and followed by malicious scheming to change Islam. Now, my message to Muslims is that we have to start thinking for ourselves in order to stop being pawns in these global games, to stop allowing ourselves to become pawns in the global game, or in these local global games. They appear local, but the Sharif Hussein thought was part of a big game, and so the Mujahideen in Afghanistan, they were fighting a jihad, but in the bigger scheme of things, they were part of the Cold War. So who knows which big game is being played? We are a people with over 1,000 years of glorious history, and those who ignore history are usually condemned to repeating it, to repeating the mistakes. So terrorism might seem like a good idea to vent our anger and frustration over the cruelty we see day after day on Muslims and around the world, but it is also likely to be a source of celebration for generals in Washington and Tel Aviv who may be possessed by a bizarre military worldview. Creating a cycle of violence will not solve any of our problems. Our responsibility at this time is to protect our heritage by standing firm in support of our structures of scholastic authorities. Yes, our structures of scholastic authority, who are the ulama. Our ulama are the people who have, throughout history, maintained the core elements of our civilization, and they are the essential components of continuity of the faith. They are the people who are responsible for maintaining continuity in the faith. We need to protect our children from the deluge of disinformation and confusion that is being poured out by people like Miss Bernard and her students, some of whom have Muslim names. We need to protect our children from people who think that the Quran, Hadith and Fiqh are the real causes for a decline, and people who believe that the Quran is legend and myth. As for my message to the West, I say to the West, my advice would be that if they are keen to put a stop to the cycle of violence that we have seen in recent times, then they should leave Islam alone and concentrate instead on curbing the avalanche of agent provocateurs flowing into our ranks, into the ranks of Muslims, and leading the simple-minded amongst us into self-destruct mode. They need to recognize that there is a large group of people in their midst who are keen to ignite and sustain a violent clash between the Muslim and Christian worlds, and from which obviously they hope to profit. Disproportionate and irrational focus on Islam will only further the cause of the warmongers. Let us not allow them to have the upper hand. I thank you.